live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good morning, or good afternoon. Welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I'm Xander. You viewer, of course, are you. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. Today is Freya's Day, aka Friday, March 20th, 2026. This shows about interesting and important events that occurred to date throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with 141, the 6th recorded perihelion passage of Halley's Comet. And for those of you who do not know, perihelion means, the closest the comet is to a star. And there is an anti-helion, although it's a different word than that. I don't think it's that one. But moving on up to 673 here, Emperor Tenmu of Japan assumed the chrysanthemum throne at the palace of Kiyomiya in Asuka. This was removed from the secondary source for some reason, as with this one here that I didn't read. 1345, conjunction of Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, thought by scholars at the University of Paris to be the cause of the plague epidemic, known as the Black Death. The actual cause was the bacterium Yersinia pestis, spread by fleas, rats, and other animals. Or so science says, who knows? So with everything going on today, who knows what is what anymore? 1345, we got that one. 1520, Holy Roman Emperor Charles V ordered all Lutheran books in the Low Countries to be reduced to ash. That's not good. That's awful. Almost half a century ago, in 1525, here, Parliament of Paris began prosecuting Protestants. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Parliament of Paris began persecuting Protestants. I have to send that to Kaio really quick. Me of V show, by the way. Anyway, 1600, the Linköping bloodbath took place on Maunday Thursday in Linköping, Sweden. And it says here for the other source, 5 Swedish noblemen were publicly beheaded in the aftermath of the war against Sigismund, which lasted from 1598 to 1599. 1602 now, United Dutch East Indian Company, the VOC, was formed and granted a monopoly on all Dutch seaborne trade with Asia. And I left myself a little note here to image search this, so I'm going to do that. There's a couple things here to read. This, unfortunately, is too small. I tried to read that earlier. But we have a couple things here. Let's see here, if I can bigger this. I can't, but it says here, it was a chartered company established in 1602 when the States General of the Netherlands granted it a 21-year monopoly to carry out colonial activities in Asia. It is often considered to have been the first multinational corporation in the world, and it was the first company to issue stock. It was also arguably the first megacorporation possessing quasi-governmental powers, including the ability to wage war, imprison and execute convicts, negotiate treaties, coin money, and establish colonies. Basically, they were a government without government accountability, but with all the powers and access to anything. In the year 1616, Walter Raleigh was released from the Tower of London to seek gold in Guyana after 13 years of imprisonment. 1627, another almost, 4 centuries ago there. This time we're short a year. So I guess those two balance out. France and Spain signed an accord to fight Protestantism. 1648, King Charles I of England first tried to escape captivity at Carisbrooke Castle on the Isle of Wight by climbing out of a window. However, he got stuck in doing so. Sorry about that. That was weird. I guess this is a trick of the light. It's just what my lip looks like. Weird. Anyway, 1664, scientist Robert Hooke was appointed professor of geometry at Gresham College in London, so I guess he's the guy for geometry. 1697, Dutch sea captain William de Villema returned to Batavia after exploring Southland, the west coast of Australia. All right. 1703, the Akko incident occurred in which 46 of the 47 surviving Ronin committed seppuku, or ritualistic self-deletion, as a recompense for avenging their master's death in Edo. 1739 here, Iranian ruler Nadir Shah occupied Delhi in India and sacked the city, stealing the jewels of the Peacock throne. Now, I have another note here telling me to image search this. Oh, here it is. Here's the Peacock throne right there, or one of them. Or, no, this looks Japanese. I don't know. Maybe this was yeah, no, this is the chrysanthemum throne. Okay, so this was the throne from earlier that I spoke about. Oh, and here's an image of the King Charles I, or whoever it was, who was trying to escape. He got stuck in the window there. And what is that one? Okay, we haven't gotten to that one quite yet. So anyway, let's image search this here really quick about the Peacock throne. And the reason why is there's so many different variations and photos. I'm not sure entirely which one it is. We have this looks fabulous, but I'm not sure how there would have been any jewels in here. Like probably embedded in the walls, but I'm not sure. Like they couldn't have embedded too much in there, so like it must have been from the actual throne, which this looks like it's just completely drabbed in jewels. Oh my god, that's almost kind of painful to look at. Wow, that is extravagant. Wow. Okay, well, now I know why they took jewels from the Peacock throne. 1760 year, the Great Fire of Boston, here we go, destroyed 349 buildings. The Great Fire of Boston of 1760 destroyed 349 buildings, as it said in the other source. And I want to remind people about the Mud Flood, the Global Reset series, Tartaria, all that stuff. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
No, you're up there.
Yep, 1774, the British Parliament passed first of the intolerable acts, the Boston Port Act, which closed Boston Harbor until colonists would pay for damages following the Boston Tea Party.
You're kidding. I've never heard that.
Yeah, well, because I don't think we ever did, and way later, I think we did pay back. It was like $120 or something. It wasn't that much, but
I've never heard that.
Yeah. So
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. 1800, Alessandro Volta reported his discovery of the electric battery in a letter to Joseph Banks, president of the Royal Society of London.
Electric battery.
Yes. This is a diagram. It's kind of small here, but they're showing... now, you've heard of the Baghdad battery, right?
Yes.
So, the whole idea of... see, this is what I'm talking about with the whole Tartaria and all that jazz, is... we have actual evidence that is known, by a decent amount of people, like the Baghdad battery and whatnot. Some people say it's just a happenstance that, but the chemical composition and whatnot, from what they found on the inside, the residue, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, just too many things are coincidental, and it's starting to look like we're, there's more to things.
Taught by aliens or something, you mean?
Well, not really taught by aliens, but that, once again, I'm bringing up the whole thing about Tartaria and whatnot, that there used to be, and it's not like thousands of years ago, I'm talking about just a couple hundred, if that. Like, there used to be a civilization with technology far beyond our own, and all you gotta do, like, we've been seeing how things can change. You've seen it firsthand,
big time.
a lot more, in your life than in mine. But in the past 20, 30 some odd years, so much of the world has changed.
Yes.
That if you can keep the change going for another couple hundred, for another 1 or 2 generations, then you can completely erase everything of our world that we know today. They wouldn't have a clue. Like, all it takes is a few generations, and you can wipe out entire things. Just slowly don't teach a certain thing in school. Slowly push a certain mentality. Through popular culture, through media. Whatever.
Indoctrination's big.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, 1813. What do we got here? Lady Hester Stanhope set out for ancient city of Palmyra, the first Western woman to visit.
Tell me that's not Lady Esther up there.
Lady Hester?
Right.
Oh.
Tell me that's not her.
No, that's Joseph Banks.
Okay, thank you. You said Lady Esther and you popped that baby up. Oh my God, that's got a case of ugly.
Well, in today's world, you wouldn't really know. You can't tell anymore.
True.
1815, Napoleon Bonaparte entered Paris after his escape from Elba and began his 100-day rule. So, he entered Paris with a regular army of 140,000 people and a volunteer force of around 200,000, beginning his 100 days rule. And we have here a photo of that.
It's not real long time.
No, it's not, but he escaped from being, exiled and everything, and he ended up getting exiled again, and the British, I believe, ultimately poisoned him and stuff on, what was the other one? There was Elba, and there was, Saint something. You know what other island he was exiled to?
No clue.
But anyway, this video again, I've already played it a while ago, but this was what I was showing earlier. It's a movie. It's a scene from the 1970 movie Waterloo, and this is depicting when he's returning to power and everything. So like you just see him, he's coming up and all that stuff, and you saw this earlier when the guy said fire, remember? Mm-hmm. And they didn't fire.
Yeah.
So and like I just want to let's see here, right here. Fire! He's up there. So like he had the heart of the people. The people loved him, and that's the power. Like the elite, the powerful, the rich, like all those higher up people, they know what I've been saying. The people need to relearn their power. So, 1816, U.S. Supreme Court affirmed its right to review state court decisions. Okay.
I would think so.
Yep. 1819, London's famous Burlington Arcade opened as the world's first shopping arcade. This is a picture of the interior.
Oh, that yeah.
So it's a mall.
Yeah. That looks right. I've seen something very similar to that in England.
This is in England. You probably were there. This is in London.
Yeah.
The Burlington Arcade.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there.
Let me see a picture of the outside. If it looks anything familiar, you might have actually been to the Burlington Arcade. Does this look familiar at all?
It's just an entrance more than anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't recognize that, but I do recognize the arcade.
Yeah. Well, it's just like it's like a tunnel of shops or something. Yeah. So that's pretty cool that you've been there. What else do we got here? 1883, U.S. and Siam signed a commercial treaty. This was removed from the primary source for some reason. Now, do you know what Siam became?
I do, and I can't think of who did they become?
Taiwan.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep. And actually, we have an update here. This has been added in the past 12 hours. It says here, U.S. and Siam signed the Treaty of Amity and Commerce, establishing friendly relations and commerce between the two states.
What's the date?
1833. That's the article I just read. U.S. and Siam signed a commercial treaty.
Oh, okay.
No, like, it's been updated since I wrote last night.
Oh.
So in the past...
12 hours.
Yeah, 12 some odd hours, they updated it. So I'm going to update that really quick. So give me one moment. Copy, paste. So there we go. Just add that there. 1852, Harriet Beecher Stowe's anti-slavery novel Uncle Tom's Cabin was published in Boston. Yep. Very known novel there. 1854, anti-slavery activists within the U.S. Whig political party opposed to the Kansas-Nebraska Act and form a new Republican Party. Notable politicians who switched allegiance included Abraham Lincoln, Rutherford B. Hayes, Chester A. Arthur, and Benjamin Harrison. Those are some big names right there.
Yeah.
And in 1854 as well, the Boston Public Library opened in Boston, Massachusetts, as the first large free municipal library in the U.S. And here, it looks like a plain old drab building, but yeah, this is a very big building.
All of that one building is all library?
Apparently.
Wow.
Like, I'm going to image search this for you, because the interior, they have, like, massive study halls and everything. Look at this. Like, let's see if I can get a bigger image of this. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's just,
Looks like they're getting ready for a lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. What's with all the decoration? That's interesting. And it doesn't really look like that there's that many books in here, just for the amount of space.
Well, this is getting, there's a little bit on the side. You can see some books. But this is a special hall for different events. They rent it out for events and stuff like that, I'm sure. There is more of the study hall for the library.
That's the same room.
It is?
Yeah. Here, let me. It's open image.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, no. Like here, they have green lamps. Do you see?
Green lamps, yeah, but it's a different room.
It's the same room. It's the same lamps, the same tables. They just put stuff on it. But no, like.
Oh, okay.
See, there's a clock. There's that door stuff. There's a clock.
Right.
Although this one, that's weird. This looks like a door, but. Actually, I can kind of see. It's very hard to tell, but it looks like there's books on the shelves back here. Because over here, it just looks like straight up bookshelves. But you can tell it's different slightly. I don't know. Let's continue on here. 1854, Republican Party was formally organized in Ripon, Wisconsin. All right. The Republican Party of the United States, and right here we have it's a small image, but just this little cabin here, and we just spoke about that being formed from these Whig Party people. 1861, an earthquake completely destroyed Mendoza, Argentina. 1868, Jesse James gang robbed a bank in Rulersville, Kentucky, stealing $14,000. 1868. Let's take a look at 1868, 14,000, 2026. Let's see here. Inflation calendar would be actually. You want to take a guess? Let's play. Let's start a game with this. What does Loon think?
150,000.
All right. We have $320,670.99.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a pretty penny right there. 1883, Jan Madslager received his first patent number 274,207, for shoelacing. Yeah, lasting shoelacing. That's weird. It's supposed to be lacing, but it says shoe lasting machine. So that's
It's gotta be shoelacing.
Yeah, like, am I being stupid, or is that a term? Like, how do you last a shoe?
No.
Like, with mechanized shoe production. So this is
that's shoelacing.
Yeah, I believe so. Come on, there we go. Shoe lacing. There you go. Images. I want to show you this contraption. Look at the size of this thing.
Oh man.
Like you look at these schematics and it doesn't really look that big, or maybe this is just a portion of it. And wait a minute. Is he a Black Stadian? He invented an automatic method for lasting well, it says here lasting shoes again. So it has to be something. So I
have no idea what lasting shoe means.
Lasting shoe. How? Okay. Well, I'm gonna look this up. How to last a shoe? Let's see. How to make your shoes last longer? Okay. Oh wait. Is this a machine to test out how much a shoe can last? Like a durability tester?
Maybe.
A shoe lasting machine?
Maybe. Maybe.
I just saw it because they do stress tests on everything.
So put in there, what's the purpose of the shoe lasting machine?
Let's see here. What's the purpose? The purpose of a shoe lasting machine. Shoe laster. Oh, invention technology. Okay, this is a go away pop up. Shoe manufacturer. An efficient laster could process only 50 or 60 pairs of shoes a day. So this is part of manufacturing, but it's called a laster. All right. Well, I'm gonna add this in the under because we can't
change from lacing back to laster.
Shoe laster machine. If anybody wants to read up more on this and let us know in the comments, that'd be great. But we got to keep on going with this. And where did this go? There it is. 1883, Unity Treaty of Paris was signed. Protects industrial property. The Paris Convention for the Protection of Industrial Property was signed. All right. 1885, Yiddish theater opened in New York City with an operetta by Abraham Goldfaden, removed from primary source for some reason. 1886, the first AC automated current alternating. Yeah, I knew that was wrong. Power plant in the U.S. began commercial operation in Massachusetts. Alternating power. Okay.
You know the big difference between AC, the real advantage to AC
is
Tesla's, and what's his name was
Westinghouse? Edison, yeah.
Edison was big on DC.
Yeah. Well, direct current comes from a source, but it only has so far of a range.
Yeah, it won't travel.
AC has ways to string it out, so that way they're ping ponging.
It's an alternating current.
Yeah.
So it travels.
Yeah. And image searching this really quick, and because I found a couple images. Oh yeah, this one here. This one is really cool. I actually already have this one right here. I'll bring this up. This is the United States electrical grid, and it shows all the electricity stuff here. So they have the Grand Coulee, the Celio Station in the northwest, and Jim Bridger here. In the southwest, you have Solar Star, Palo Verde, you have the Dynamo, Edison to Tesla, timeline of the U.S. grid. It shows this is a fantastic image. The Samuel Insull Shipping Port, the Edison Electric Illuminating Company of New York. This is awesome. I'm actually, I'm gonna send this to you in DMs really quick on Discord, so that way you can see. Because I know that you'd love to just stare at that image forever. I certainly do. But just wanted to showcase some of the old photographs of the old machines, and this looks more like something in Niagara Falls, the Niagara Falls hydroelectric, because this is on water.
Oh yeah, could be. Well, a lot of hydroelectricity.
Well, yes, I mean that's what hydroelectricity is, water.
Yeah.
But this just says an AC power plant. I'm not sure if it was hydroelectric or what.
Right.
But 1886, could they I'm no scientist, but can you make AC power out of coal or something? Is that possible?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Anytime you have energy, it just depends on which way you channel it.
Okay. 1888, the premiere of the very first Romani language operetta was staged in Moscow, Russia. 1890, General Federation of Women's Clubs founded in the United States.
Just to back up on the electricity.
Yeah.
The big rectifiers we have and small rectifiers we have at work?
Kinda, sorta, not really. I don't even know what a rectifier is.
Well, current goes to the bath of that. And what we do is, what a rectifier does, it takes AC current, converts it to DC.
Ah. Okay.
And you plate with DC current.
Alright. I'm wondering, is this like a golf club, or General Federation of Women's Clubs? Or is this like a club of the clubs?
Club, not golf clubs.
So yeah, they have it's very small, but there's a bunch of people sitting down at tables or something. It looks like here, and then there's these suffragists, FWC or something. Oh, GFWC. Yeah, it's these same people, the District of Columbia branch. All right. So it looks like more women's rights type stuff. 1896, Marines landed in Nicaragua to protect U.S. citizens.
Still doing that, huh?
Yeah. 96, uprising in Metabeliland. Why, by who, and what the hell is Metabeliland?
Good question.
1896 as well, with the approval of Emperor Guangxu, the Qing Dynasty post office was opened, marking the beginning of a postal service in China.
Oh, wow.
Cool, yeah. I love this.
Yeah.
1897, the first U.S. Orthodox Jewish Rabbinical Seminary, RIETS, incorporated in New York. I have no idea what that is, but that sounds significant. 1897, France signed a treaty with Emperor Menelik II of Abyssinia, establishing a common border between French-held Djibouti and Ethiopia. Yeah. Because they had, that was one of their colonies. And Abyssinia must have been, something to do with Ethiopia. So...
the border of Ethiopia.
Yeah, but this guy that they signed a treaty with is from Abyssinia. His name is Menelik II of Abyssinia. So, I don't know if Abyssinia was a different country or if that's something to do with Ethiopia. Clearly, as there's some of these bordering Djibouti there. So, 1900, U.S. Secretary of State John Hay announced that all nations to whom he sent notes calling for an open door policy in China have essentially accepted his stance. Good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
1902, France and Russia issued a joint declaration that approved the Anglo-Japanese alliance, but stipulates that they have the right to protect interests in China and Korea. More politics. 1 year later, the first of a series of auctions of sheep farming land in southern Patagonia took place, impacting established settlers. That's not good. Leave the settlers alone. 1911, National Squash Tennis Association formed in New York City.
Squash.
Yeah. 1913, Sun Xiaojin, a founder of the Chinese Nationalist Party, was wounded in an assassination attempt and died 2 days later. That's not good. It's awful.
Well, it wasn't an attempt, and it was a murder.
Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't an instant kill, but you do have a point.
Yeah.
Since what's the statute of limitations to be considered an assassination? Do they have to die on the spot, or
no. If you die from the wounds, then it's going to be an assassination.
Yeah.
If it's an assassination.
Yeah.
Attempt.
Yeah.
And if you die of those wounds, even 6 months later, you never recovered.
That makes sense to me.
Still an assassination. Excuse me. Go ahead.
1914, we have the first international figure skating tournament was held in the U.S. at New Haven. Are you going to make it there?
Not sure.
In the Curragh incident, over 100 British Army officers threatened to resign if ordered to march against the Ulster Volunteers. So that's, more, the people are the power. Like, don't let government order you around to be the muscle in their fascism. 1915, Albert Einstein published his general theory of relativity. We have a discrepancy here. It says 1916, and I have this is both from my secondary source. So one says 15, although I could have easily typed it in last year erroneously. But anyway, Albert Einstein submitted his paper, The Foundation of the General Theory of Relativity, which established his general theory of relativity to the journal Annalen der Physik. 1917, after the sinking of 3 more U.S. merchant ships, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson met with the cabinet, who agreed that war is inevitable. 1920, the first flight from London to South of Africa landed, took 1.5 months. So there was a lot of not a lot of long-range flying technology back in 1920. Wow. So if you wanted to go a long way, you were gone for a long time. So. 1.5 months is a lot faster than traveling by camel or whatever, So, 1921, Upper Silesia voted for amalgamation with Germany in a plebiscite that was 63% in its favor. It says here it was a plebiscite mandated by the Treaty of Versailles to determine a section of the border between Weimar Germany and Poland. Okay. 1922, the USS Langley was commissioned, U.S. Navy's first aircraft carrier. You want to take a look at that?
Oh, do you have a picture of it?
Well, I can find one. So, what do you call a boat? Just a boat, like a ship, like?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
They put a runway on top of it.
Yeah. So it's not like a purpose-built aircraft carrier, but it was retrofitted something just in the case of it.
That's the beginning.
Yep. 1923, Bavarian Minister of Interior refused to forbid Nazi Sturm Attenbomben. Yikes. 23 as well, the Arts Club of Chicago hosted the opening of Pablo Picasso's first United States showing, entitled Original Drawings by Pablo Picasso, becoming an early proponent in modern art in the U.S. 1926, 1 century ago, which, by the way, you missed a nearly 5 centuries ago and a nearly 4 centuries ago.
Wow.
We had 501 years ago, and then we had 399 years ago or something like that. So, between the two, they balanced out. They were just off that 1 year.
One under.
Yeah. Anyway, this 1 century ago, Chiang Kai-shek initiated a purge of communist elements within the National Revolutionary Army in Guangzhou.
It didn't work.
Yeah, too bad you didn't get all of them. They're like cockroaches, man. You just can't get them all. 1930, U.S. engine builder Clessie Cummins set diesel engine speed record of 80.4 miles per hour or 129.39 kilometers per hour. And then we have 1930, U.S. fast food restaurant chain Kentucky Fried Chicken, later known as KFC, was founded as Sanders Court and Cafe by Colonel Harlan Sanders in North Corbin, Kentucky.
Didn't realize it went back that far.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people believe that Colonel Sanders actually is a veteran of the Civil War, but I don't think he existed back then, even as a child.
He may not even have been a colonel. It may have been a nickname.
I think that was a nickname, because I don't think he ever served. And he was the history of Colonel Sanders, he was just a massive failure his entire life.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, and now his salty-ass chicken, is massive-ass failure in all of our lives. So it's like the gift that keeps on giving all year round. The jelly of the mouth club.
He kept stepping in it until finally something came of it.
Yeah. 1931, Bishop Schreiber warned against National Socialism in Berlin. Yeah. 1932, legendary Australian racehorse Far Larp's last race, winning the Agua Caliente handicap in Mexico in record time. I wonder what the time was, though.
Yeah, give us the time, not just a record.
Yeah. I wonder if we have any comments yet. Nope. 1933, Dachau, the first Nazi concentration camp, was completed. This was removed from primary source, and I know that they did not remove this due to an error, because on the other source, it says, Reichsfuhrer SS Heinrich Himmler ordered the creation of Dachau concentration camp as chief of police of Munich and appointed Theodor Eicke as the camp commandant. So, for whatever reason, it doesn't even have anything from it goes from 32 to 34. It just skips right over. They deleted it. They had it, and they straight up deleted it. Why? You know?
I think that's information of note.
Absolutely. And with our source being leftist, and with, you know, how they treat the Christians and the Jews, you know, they're probably trying to erase the history of the Holocaust. So, 1934, U.S. all-around female super athlete Babe Dirkhison's Zacharias pitched a hitless inning for Philadelphia A's in their exhibition preseason baseball game against Brooklyn Dodgers. Dang.
You're kidding me. This is a woman.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. I never heard of that. Huh.
See, once again, though, like, I think, you know, like, if this is real, then awesome. But maybe this is all, maybe they just made this up. I mean, if
it is an exhibition game, so anything's possible then.
But, well, I mean, if they get rid of a Holocaust, you know, article, and then right after it we have, you know, oh, female, hoorah, you know, like, you know, with how the left is, all their agendas and, you know, stuff that they're pushing. I don't know. 1934, Rudolf Kuhnhold demonstrated radar in Kiel, Germany. So 34. That's, you know, that's a substantial
amount. They
amount.
installed it in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Not even.
Yeah.
That was like 41. So that's 7 years.
Less.
Yeah.
Less, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that's just that's.
They didn't know what they had. They didn't.
That's
know
really
right.
scary.
Yeah.
When you think about it, if the Germans had radar, oh man. 37, Franco's Republican army launched their eventually successful counteroffensive against Italian international brigades fighting for the nationalists at the Battle of Guadalajara, Spain. So here we go. You know, more of this Battle of Guadalajara that, you know, kind of...
Guadalajara.
But remember, we both were thinking that it was Mexico.
Yeah.
This was like the Spanish.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? You know, but no, there is a city of Guadalajara in Spain. We both learned that. 39, 7,000 Jews fled German-occupied Memo, Lithuania. 41, exhibition planning and construction in the East opened in Berlin to showcase General Plan Ost, or Plan for the East, German rural settlements after planned deportations of millions of Slavs. So they're planning on getting rid of the Yugoslavs and all that stuff.
Slovenians.
Yeah, Slovenians, Yugoslavians, you know.
Yugoslavians.
Yeah, all that stuff. 42, convoy PQ-13 departed Reykjavik, Iceland to Russia. What is that? I'm just gonna look that up.
Iceland?
From Reykjavik, Iceland, you know, that's the capital of Iceland.
Yeah.
To Russia. Convoy PQ-13. I've never heard of this. It was a British Arctic convoy that delivered war supplies from the Western Allies to the USSR during the Second World War. The convoy was subject to attack by German air, U-boat, and surface forces and suffered the loss of 5 ships plus 1 escort vessel. 15 ships arrived safely.
Okay.
So this was just one convoy.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So they went over the Atlantic with all the main stuff, and then they just swapped things, or maybe just one ship continued, or I don't know. Like,
well, that's why Trump wants Iceland so bad, because it's its location.
Yeah. 42, General Douglas MacArthur vowed, quote, "I came through and I shall return," end quote, after escaping Japanese-occupied Philippines.
Yeah.
During World War II, General Douglas MacArthur at Tarawai, South Australia, made his famous speech regarding the fall of the Philippines, in which he says, "I came out of Bataan and I shall return." 1944, 2,500 women trampled guards and floor workers to purchase 1,500 alarm clocks announced for sale in the Chicago, Illinois department store.
What?
Never get between a woman and a sale, because she will kill you without even a first thought. They want to spend that money, and they're going to. If they have to rip your intestines out, they will. 1947, 180-ton blue whale, a record, caught in South Atlantic. I hope they set it free. Yikes. 1948 as well, first live televised symphony performances. Eugene Ormandy led Philadelphia Orchestra on CBS, followed 90 minutes later by Arturo Toscanini leading the NBC Orchestra on NBC. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
51, Fujiyoshida, a city located in Yamashita Prefecture, Japan, in the center of the Japanese main island of Honshu, was founded. So they founded a city in 51. After the Second World War.
Yeah.
During Reconstruction, well, that's probably where a lot of people, they probably built that city and then they rebuilt a lot of the devastated area. I don't know. 1952, final ratification of peace treaty restoring sovereignty to Japan by U.S. Senate. All right. 54, the first newspaper vending machine was used, Columbia, Pennsylvania. So you could all put a quarter in, get a newspaper out, all that stuff. You know, like, it was really wild. I remember, like, even as a kid, those were around, and nothing was stopping you from just getting all the newspapers at once. Like, remember, I was all open. It was all on an honor system.
You opened it up and took one, but you could take the whole stack.
Yeah, they had a whole stack there and all that stuff. And I was just like, I was surprised that it didn't become a problem, or maybe it did. That people were just taking them all, you know, for the price of one.
Well, what's that? You don't need. All you need is one.
That's not the point.
Yeah,
you're just causing hell. So, 1956, Mount Bezamian on Kamchatka Peninsula, USSR, erupted. I wonder what the casualties were, what the damage is, if anything. You know, I'd like some more information on that. We also have Tunisia gained independence from France when the protocol agreement was signed between the two countries. 1957, Britain accepted NATO offer to mediate in Cyprus, but Greece rejected it. Greece probably wanted Cyprus. 58, 50 inches of snow fell across the Mason-Dixon line.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's
pretty
interesting.
far south.
Yeah. 58 as well, clandestine Burasi Byzantium radio communists began transmitting, also known as the Voice of Truth. It was Greek. So, Greek communism. That's not good. 1963, the first pop art exhibition in New York City. What? Occurred? Closed? Open? Like, you know, I'd like to know. First pop art exhibition. I guess this is when it happened. 64, European Space Research Organization, ESRO, was established. It was the precursor to the European Space Agency, and it was established per an agreement signed on June 14th in 1962. So it took them a while.
Yeah.
65, civil and women's rights activist Dorothy Height had her first column published in the weekly Black Stadium newspaper called the New York Amsterdam News. All right. 1965, Ventuskakaravian took 8-72 versus New Zealand at Delhi. That's cricket, I presume. So,
gotta be.
And actually, Kaio's tried his hand at pronouncing that. What did he say? Said Elijah Fall Jokuls. Oh, that was something else. Never mind. 1968 here. Lyndon B. Johnson signed a bill removing gold backing from U.S. paper money. Big mistake. We need something tangible to have our money based off something. We also have military intervened in South Yemen. Leftist ministers resign. Yeah. 1971, Northern Ireland Prime Minister James Chichester Clark resigned in protest at what he viewed as a limited security response by the British government. Probably more of this trouble stuff. If only Britain just, you know, let Ireland be free. All that problem would go away. 1972, 19 mountain climbers were killed on Japan's Mount Fuji during an avalanche.
Oh, man.
That's not good. It's alright, like, I've been fighting a sneeze for about a minute now.
Yeah,
so.
you have.
Oh, you can see it? You can tell?
I hear you.
1972, Donegal street bombing. The Provisional Irish Republican Army detonated its first car bomb on Donegal Street in Belfast. 4 civilians, 2 RUC officers, and a UDR soldier were killed, while 148 people were wounded. And, pardon me, I'm going to, I'm just going to pull up a Pocosi here, mute my mic. And it's not using that mic, it's using that mic. So, but anyway, now I feel better. 1973, NBC TV premiere a pilot episode of Police Story based on Los Angeles Police Department Joseph Wamabog's writings. That sounds interesting.
I vaguely remember that somehow.
And we have Pittsburgh Pirates right fielder Roberto Clemente was elected to Baseball's Hall of Fame 11 weeks after his death in a plane crash.
Yeah, Roberto Clemente.
Yeah. Then 1974, kind of going along with the with this police thing, Super Cops, directed by Gordon Parks, premiered in New York City, New York. I wonder if that has anything related to this. I mean, Police Story, Super Cops, 1 year different to the day. Yeah, I don't know. You never know with these Hollywood people. Like they all talk with each other. So, 1976, U.S. publishing heiress Patty Hearst convicted of armed robbery for her part in a 1974 California heist. Yeah, they should have thrown the book at her. So, 77, Communist and Socialist won French municipal elections. And we also have Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's party lost an election in India. She was a great Prime Minister, from what I hear. I think, right?
I don't know much about her, but that's the image you get, yes.
Yeah. She was assassinated, though. So that usually means that you were either really good or really bad. Nobody kills you if you're a sub-bar president. They only kill you if, they hate you for one reason or another.
Or you're a threat to whatever they believe.
Yeah. So I think that she was a good one. 1977 as well, Parisians elected former Prime Minister Jacques Chirac as first mayor in a century. Wow. 1980, U.S. appealed to the International Court on hostages in Iran. 1 year after that, Argentine ex-president Isabel Perón sentenced to 8 years. I'm going to ask the question again, and I keep getting it wrong. Was this the shoe lady? Or is that somebody else?
No.
Damn it.
No.
No,
that was, what's his name, Perón, or whatever it was.
This is Isabel Perón.
No, not the shoe lady.
Okay.
She was down in Argentina or something.
This is Argentina.
Oh, it is?
Argentine ex-president Isabel Perón sentenced to 8 years.
Yeah, that is her then. I'm sorry.
Is that
her.
Is that the shoe lady?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not stupid this time.
No, you're right.
Okay. 82, Joan Jett and Blackheart's I Love Rock and Roll went on #1 for 7 weeks. Yeah. What was the actual lyrics? Like, put something on the jukebox, baby, or whatever?
Oh, man, I don't remember the lyrics.
1982 as well, Reverend Andreas Ternesha formed Conservative Party of South Africa. All right. 1984, Nigerian Mayor General Babajide Idigabadan launched a campaign on national consequences and enlightenment. That kind of sounds a little fishy there. Like national consequences and enlightenment.
Yeah.
It's really, really concerning, depending on who's saying that. So, 84, U.S. Senate rejected an amendment to permit spoken prayer in public schools. I agree on that. 85, Libby Riddles was the first woman to win Iditarod Trail dog sled race. The 1,135-mile race. Wow. Wow. Good job, lady.
No kidding.
1985, Canadian paraplegic athlete and humanitarian Rick Hansen began his circumnavigation of the globe in a wheelchair in the name of spinal cord injury medical research.
Whoa.
But did he finish? Like even if he didn't, still really cool. But I wonder if he actually finished. Early life, Man in Motion World Tour, yada yada yada. Poster to a May 17th, 2020, Canadian Museum of Honor announced the acquisition of Rick Hansen. Okay, that's something else. Donated one of his well-used gloves. Okay, the tour lasted 26 months. Okay, so it sounds like he did. Traveled through 34 countries and 4 continents, North America, Europe, Oceania, and Asia, before crossing Canada. One of the highlights of the tour was wheeling up the Great Wall of China. Hansen's highest summit was in the Swiss Alps at 5,500. And this guy's been... This guy's been in places that most people who can walk haven't been. What the hell? That's unfair. I'm jealous.
Give him kudos.
Yeah, absolutely could... Dude, me, an able-bodied person, is jealous of somebody in a wheelchair. What other kudos can I give him? Hold on a second. Rick Hansen. Let me just put that in there. Seriously, though, that mad respect to that guy. Awesome stuff. What else we got here? 1986, 228 kilometers an hour gust of wind stroke Cairngorm is a UK record.
Would that be struck?
Struck. Yeah, strike, struck, struck.
Not stroke.
Stroke. It hit it.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm having a stroke here. So, 228 kilometers. What is that to miles? 2 miles.
A lot of wind.
141.6 miles an hour. That's fast. Okay. Yikes. 1986, New York City passed its first homosexual rights legislation. And once again, for the sake of unification, I'm not using their divisive words of lesbian and gay. I'm using a unified, more humanitarian term of homosexual for these people. You know? 87, FDA approved the sale of AZT, AIDS treatment. The Food and Drug Administration approved the anti-AIDS drug AZT. 87, Soviet filmmakers arrived in Hollywood for an entertainment summit. Okay, that's interesting. 88, nope, not reading that one. 1989, Major League Baseball announced Reds manager Pete Rose is under investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is he? There he is. That guy.
Great baseball player, and he screwed up.
Yep. 98, or actually 90, LA Lakers retired Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's number 33 jersey.
Oh, yeah.
90 as well, singer Gloria Estefan fractured her spine when a truck hit her tour bus near Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yee. Didn't we cover this yesterday? Like,
that I don't remember.
Somebody fracturing their spine or something. 90 as well, Ferdinand Marcos' widow, Emilia Marcos, went on trial for bribery, embezzlement, and racketeering. You know what? I just want to look really quick. So let's see. Let me.
For what?
I'm pretty sure we did cover that. We're in what? March. That was 19th. Where is it? Articles. That was what? 1990. I just want to see. I'm sure that was in yesterday. 1990. Where 1990? Because this is bothering me. The ethnic. No, it wasn't in there. Okay. Well, I guess I'm stupid. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1991, a court awarded singer-songwriter Peggy Lee $3 million in suit against Disney regarding home video royalties. Yikes. 91 as well, Michael Jackson signed a $65 million deal with Sony Records to produce 6 albums. All right. 91 as well, Supreme Court ruled unanimously employers cannot exclude women from jobs where exposure to toxic chemicals could potentially damage the fetus. Yeah, well, I mean, their body, their choice. But then again, they're going to turn around and sue the company for miscarriages. Like, unless they sign a waiver or something. No, seriously. Like, what's stopping them? Like, 91, U.S. forgave $2 billion in loans to Poland. 92 as well, Janice Pennington was awarded $1.3 million for accident on Price is Right sets. What happened?
An accident?
Yeah.
What, a truck run him over or something?
I don't know. I'm going to look that up here really quick. Let's see here. Price is Right model wins suit against network. I think something to do with like one of the the spinny TV things. I think her finger got caught in it or something.
Oh.
So a jury yada war yada yada yada. So said. It's not telling me what happened though. What happened to James Paddington? Okay, here we go. Pissed off advertisement. In it, stage manager episode yada yada. Guy whipped his camera and Janice happened to be standing right there.
Oh, so hit her with the camera or something.
Oh, okay. Whatever. So she got injured on set somehow. 92. Manuel Norega's wife Felicidad was arrested for stealing buttons from dresses.
Pretty weird.
What a weird thing to steal. Like 94. El Salvador's first presidential election following 12-year-old civil war. Wow. Can you imagine over a decade of civil war and then finally having an election? Like, that is a change of the world. Yeah. 94, Mashinaland U-24 beat Metamitiland on first inning to win Logan Cup. It sounds like cricket or something, I'm not sure.
Sounds like it to me.
Yeah. 94 as well, Zulu King Goodwill Zwelithini founded Realm in South Africa. What a name. Goodwill. That's his first name. So, 95, Beatles released single, a cover of Shirley's song "Baby It's You," written by Burt Bacharach and Burt Bacharach and Mac David, with late John Lennon as lead singer. First Fab Four single in nearly 10 years.
Wow.
Yep. 95 as well, members of the Japanese cult Al-Mashiro released sarin gas on 3 levels of the Tokyo subway, killing 13 people and injuring over 1,000 others.
I remember something about that.
Yeah, and the other source says 6,200 wounded. So that's well over 1,000 there. 96, Eric and Lyle Menendez were found guilty of killing their parents. Yee.
Yeah.
96.
They just came up for
parole?
Parole.
I hope they don't.
It was denied.
Good. No, they need to be executed. 96, UK admitted humans can catch CJD or mad cow disease. Admits. That makes it sound like they were hiding it or something. Like, what a weird way to put that. 97, U.S. tobacco company Liggett admitted cigarettes are addictive. Okay.
Oh, thank you. You think?
Uh,
Nicotine's extremely addictive.
I can quit it anytime I want. 99, Legoland, California, the first Legoland outside of Europe, opened in Carlsbad, California. We've been there.
Yes, we have.
I went there for my 12th birthday.
Something. I don't know what birthday.
And it couldn't have been my 12th.
I don't know if it was a birthday or not.
No, I went there for my birthday. I remember.
Did you?
And I didn't we bring
yeah, your friend over there.
But he didn't ride the roller coaster. I remember that.
Yeah, he was a little wimpy.
Yeah, he was a bitch.
That was a really wimpy roller coaster too.
Yeah, no, that was I was so excited to ride it, but after going to Six Flags Magic Mountain and freaking that one roller coaster in Circus Nevada, like I've been on some real coasters by then. That was nothing. And I tried to get him to go on it. Man, Mark, if you're out there watching this, you a bitch. In 2000, Jamil Abdullah Alamin, a former Black Panther once known as H. Rap Brown, was captured after a gun battle that left a Georgia sheriff's deputy dead. Jeez. Ooh. Yeah. 2012, Pope John Paul II visited the Holy Land, Jordan, Israel, Palestine. Speaking of which, did you hear the Dome of the Rock, not the actual structure, but very close, got hit with a missile recently?
No.
Like earlier today. Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, like the Temple Mount, like it got hit. Like, so. 2001, Petrobras 36 oil platform, the world's largest oil rig, sunk with 400,000 U.S. gallons of fuel and crude oil aboard after suffering 3 explosions back on March 15th. Yee. Do I hear a... Is that an ice cream truck?
I didn't hear that.
I heard something. 2003, a U.S.-led coalition launched a ground invasion of Iraq after an ultimatum for Saddam Hussein and his sons to leave Iraq expired. So the U.S., the U.K., Australia, and Poland. Interesting combination. I remember when I first read this. Poland was part of the coalition forces in the original Iraq or the 2003 one. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, it was the U.S., the U.K.
Yeah.
This was not Desert Storm when I was a kid. This was Enduring Freedom when I was in high school.
Right.
So the U.S., U.K., Australia, and Poland. Like, where the hell did Poland come from? Like, okay, cool. Thank you. 2004, Stephen Harper won the leadership of the newly created Conservative Party of Canada, becoming the party's first leader. Good. We need more conservatism in Canada. They've been liberal for too long, and now they're suffering, the effects of it. 2005, magnitude 6.6 earthquake hit Fukuoka, Japan, in its first major quake in over 100 years. 1 person was killed and hundreds were injured and evacuated. I find that very difficult to believe. The first major earthquake in over 100 years, like Japan, they're always getting hit. Like,
yeah. Well, I wonder what constitutes a major earthquake. That's 6.6.
Yeah.
So a 6.5 and up? Or what?
Well, is it even on the Richter scale, or is it damage, or what? Is it death? Is this the first death in 100 years?
Measure
like
the size of it, not the damage, but the size of it on the Richter scale.
Yeah, but did you know that the biggest earthquake was not the deadliest?
I could believe that. Yeah.
Because it happened up in Alaska or whatever. It was like a freaking like 9.3 or something crazy. But there was only like 100 people within like 1,000 square miles or something. I don't know.
There's a big earthquake up there. I don't know if it's the one you're talking about. Back in the early 60s, I'm going to say.
Maybe what I was thinking of. Anyway, 2006 Cyclone Larry made land. What a stupid name. Oh no! Watch out! It's Cyclone Larry! Oh. Made landfall in eastern Australia, destroying most of the country's banana crop. Larry, you killed all the bananas, you bastard! 2006, over 150 Chadian soldiers were killed in eastern Chad by members of the rebel UFDC in an attempt to overthrow President Idris Deby. Yeah. 2010, the Affordable Care Act. Isn't that Obamacare? The Affordable Care Act?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like bullshit. It's just the same way. Took effect in the United States. Yeah, freaking Obama. Thank you, Barack Hussein Obama, for destroying this country. 2010 as well. Eyjafjallajökull in Iceland began eruptions that would last for 3 months, heavily disrupting air travel in Europe. Actually, was that what he was reading me? Yeah, Eyjafjallajökulls. Yeah, Eyjafjallajökull. That's what he said. It sounded like to him.
Okay.
2012, 50 people were killed and 240 injured in a wave of terror attacks across 10 cities in Iraq. You know, I tend not to cover, because there's a lot of terrorist articles, especially like in the 2000s, but like they're a dime a dozen. Like, you know, not to belittle the deaths, you know, which, you know, like it's horrible, but I can't cover them all.
No.
But something like, you know, 10 cities in one day, like, you know, something big is happening. 2012, Disney movie John Carter record one of the largest losses, trying to do up and down at the same time, in cinema history with a $200 million write-down.
Wow.
Oh.
I never even heard of that movie.
I have. It's very stupid. Essentially, during the U.S. Civil War, a Union soldier and a Confederate soldier like got transported to Mars. They could somehow breathe, and it just so happens that there's life, and they're at a civil war, and then the Union guy was fighting for these guys, and the Confederate guy was fighting for... It was so fucking stupid. Like, I didn't even get through it. Like, it's basically like a very, very rough alpha version of Avatar. And even Avatar is garbage. So that tells you what John Carter was like. 2013, the first breakthrough prizes, world's most generous science prize worth $3 million, awarded in mathematics, life sciences, and physics, established by Julian Uri Merliner. All right. 2015, a solar eclipse, equinox, and supermoon all occurred on the same day. That's incredible. 2016, Barack Hussein Obama became the first U.S. president to visit Cuba since 1928. Of course he'd want to go there. He's a communist. Arriving for a 3-day tour with First Lady Michelle Obama. Was Fidel still in power? Or at the very least, they were trying to get tips of communism from Raul, probably.
No, I don't think he was still in power.
Well, then I guess they were talking to Raul about tips on how to turn the U.S. more communist. 2017, Indian rivers Yamuna and Ganges are declared living entities by a court in the state of Uttarakhand. All right, that's cool. 2019, a woman who can smell Parkinson's disease had helped researchers identify molecules on the skin of people with the disease in Manchester, England. Or maybe she caused Parkinson's. You ever think about that? You know, like maybe she has some superpower. Like, okay, I'm going to give this person Parkinson's and say that they have Parkinson's, and then they're going to think that I can smell Parkinson's, so then I can commit murders.
Stop.
You know, like it sounds like a plot out of The Boys. You know, the show. 2019, Finland is the world's happiest country. South Sudan is the world's least happy, according to the annual World Happiness Report. Finland's winning it again, seems. 2019 as well, 4 men were arrested in South Korea for secretly filming 1,600 hotel guests and selling the footage via a website. What? Like...
Sounds like in the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Hotels.
Wow, what the hell?
That's pretty sick.
That's gross. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts called the state's flooding, quote, the most widespread destruction we have ever seen in our state's history, end quote. So there was flooding. 2019 as well, the Walt Disney Company acquired Rupert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox Entertainment business for $71 billion. Yikes. Yeah, and I don't have the time to show you guys right now. We're almost on our hour. We still have 7 years to go. But look up how many companies Disney owns. Like, seriously, it's crazy. 2019, Kassam-Jomart Tokayev was sworn in as acting president of Kazakhstan following the resignation of long-term president Nursultan Nazarbayev. 2020, after 20 years with the New England Patriots, 6-time Super Bowl winning quarterback Tom the Deflator Brady officially agreed to move to Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 2-year, $50 million guaranteed deal. I gotta read slower. 2020 as well, India hanged 4 men for 2012 gang snuggle and murder of women on a bus in New Delhi, country's first hanging since 2013. Good. You know, hang them high. Make them an example. Show people what happens when you're a sick fuck. You know? 2020, smoke from Australian bushfires killed more people than the fires. 417 versus 33, according to a new study published in Medical Journal of Australia. That's scary. You don't even have to burn to die. 2021, Miami Beach imposed a state of emergency and a curfew as large crowds descended on the area for spring break. I remember that during the Kung Flu pandemic and all the lockdowns and everything. We gotta close everything down for 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Yeah, here we are 4 years later. Freaking a bunch of idiots just ate that up. You know? Honestly, like, you know, all the people who supported that, you know, they shouldn't listen to the army and, you know, go, you know, be on the front line. You know, that's the only way they can redeem themselves. 2021, overseas spectators will not be allowed to attend the Tokyo Summer Olympics due to the pandemic, Japanese organizers confirm. That's bullshit. I find that absolutely bullshit. If you're going to host an Olympics, you're going to allow people. Sure. If you're not going to allow people, then just fucking postpone it. What's the point of having an Olympics? The whole point is to have people come there. You know? Yeah. What the hell? 2020, severe 1 in 100 year of flooding in Sydney and the surrounding state of New South Wales prompted evacuation orders.
Oh.
Yeah. We also have La Plume Noire, an anarchist bookstore in Lyon, was targeted by an attack of the far right, provoking a shock in Lyon's far left circles. Yeah, of course they're shocked, those godless heathens. 2022, intense fighting in Ukrainian city of Mariupol continued as Russian forces encircled the city, trapping 300,000 people. Yikes. That's almost like Stalingrad right there. Really interesting that the Russians are now doing that. 2023, Chinese leader Xi Jinping, also known as Winnie the Pooh, the leader of West Taiwan, visited Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Moscow, the first between the two since Russia invaded Ukraine a year prior. 2023, Somalian drought may have killed 43,000 people in 2022, half of them children under 5, according to new research presented by UNICEF in Mogadishu.
Wow.
I mean, that sucks. At the same time, though, you want to know the number one way to stop the death of child? Stop having children. You know, it literally takes nothing to not have sex. I mean, if your country is in such dire straits...
So you're saying the human species should die out?
No. Move.
Move?
Yeah, go somewhere else. You know, like, if your area is in such dire straits, like that one comedian, you know, who goes on about, like, all the people who are out in the desert who are always starving. Move out of the deserts! Go where the food's at! Idiots! You know? Like, anyway, what else do we got here? 2023, Sri Lanka received a bailout from the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, worth $2.9 billion amid its worst financial crisis since independence in 1948. 2023 as well, United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change said world has less than a decade to stop catastrophic warming, must reduce greenhouse gases by half by 2030, and cease adding carbon dioxide to the atmosphere by early 2050s. Okay, then go after China and India. Fuck off. Go after in China and India. You know? I mean, you know, short of, like, killing every human, there's no much more we can back off as far as producing emissions, at least in the first world. You know, friggin' fear-mongering, misinformation, propaganda, leftist bullshit, garbage. 2024, French mathematician Michael Talleyrand awarded 2024 Abel Prize for his work on probability theory and describing randomness. It's telling me to look that up, but we are 3 minutes over our hour, so I have just... Oh, I have a few more articles to go here. 2024, new rule limiting tailpipe pollution aimed at greatly expanding electric vehicles in the U.S. announced by Biden. 2024 as well, Vaughan Gathering was confirmed as Wales' first new minister and the first black leader of a national government in Europe. That's cool. Yeah. This time last year, wildfire ignited in Uiseong County, South Korea, burning for 10 days, killing 30 people and destroying 4,000 structures, including UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Whoa. That's awful. And last but not least, former swimmer Christy Coventry of Zimbabwe was the first woman and the first African to be elected president of the International Olympic Committee. Yeah. Well, congratulations if you earned it. Although if you're a DEI hire, then shame on you. But if you really did earn it, then kudos. But in today's world, you can't really tell, which is a real shame. It really is.
Well, there's a shame of it right there. Now you're questioning it.
Yep. So
the fact that you're questioning it is a problem.
Yep, it is. You know, it's not a problem because me, a white man, is questioning it.
Do with it.
Well, that's what they'll come out. Oh, it's a problem because you're questioning it, white man. No, it's a problem because you're hiring people based off of skin color or what's between their legs or how they think or how they use their stuff.
Which may not be the case for her at all.
May not. It may not. I'm just saying, that's the problem right there. Is we live in a world where it just completely devalues, and that's what the elites want. They want to devalue these people. I mean, once again, I bring up the point. They got rid of the Land O'Lakes Native American. They got rid of Uncle Ben. They got rid of Aunt Jemima. But the Quaker Oats cracker ass still up there. They got rid of everybody except Whitey's representation in the supermarket. I wonder why. What is the real agenda? Anyway, that's enough rambling for me today. That shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion. Over this past hour and change, all this is just from 2 sources. We can only bring you a portion of that. Please check the underbar. Continue your own path of self-education. For your dose of past events daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And you. Until you catch us next time, whenever it is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!